Immediately. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
And America is listening to Fox News.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invite you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan all year long that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other major medical carriers. If you're 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage whether you want the coverage or not. In Chicago, the least expensive ACA PPO health insurance plan is $570 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $8,150 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium down to $480 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $5,650 in total out-of-pocket cost per person with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Hi, this is Steve Cortez with a great way to start the new year. Get the best night's sleep you've ever had with a MyPillow and a set of Giza cotton sheets from MyPillow. Plus, receive your second set of sheets free, 2 for 1. You'll also get free shipping. Add anything else to your order like more MyPillows, mattress toppers, towels, anything. Those items will ship for free too. You'll get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, but you have to use the promo code STEVE. My wife and I just started sleeping with my brand new MyPillows and Giza cotton sheets, and we love them. All products have a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener specials box and get 2 sets of Giza cotton sheets for the price of 1, plus free shipping on your entire order. That's MyPillow.com. Click on the radio specials box and enter the promo code STEVE. Or call 800-489-0201. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code STEVE.
This live program is sponsored by Safer USA OT Media Group. It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. I'm Eric Allen. Tonight, I'm here with our hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. We at On Target Radio understand you have many choices when choosing your anti-Super Bowl entertainment, or if the thing is over, I wouldn't know, your post-game entertainment. Tonight, we bring you high-quality Peabody Award-winning stories, such as Mike Bloomberg's Super Bowl ad. And speaking of the Super Bowl, let's talk strategy. We'll talk about the Democrats' election strategy, Trump's strategy, and we'll talk about labeling Christians and more gun sanctuary news. All that and more on tonight's On Target Radio. To participate, give us a call at 312-642-5600. Like our Facebook page, On Target Radio, and make a comment there, or watch us live on YouTube, On Target Radio.
The only Peabody you're going to get here is if Sherman accompanies him. It's not. There's not a whole lot of Peabody work going on now.
Peabody and Sherman is his favorite.
Super Bowl. That's we got the F-bomb set up. It's
got to go that way so we can see the F-bomb.
I still have trouble wrapping my brain around the fact that the F-bomb came from your mother.
I know, right? Isn't that funny?
That's it's not the traditional thing that a mother would give a daughter.
Oh, isn't that like a traditional Daughter's Day gift or something.
It's perfect for Gretchen, though.
Well, it is perfect for me.
And there is that. There is that. Yeah.
Especially since you're always making fun of my potty mouth.
No, when has he ever done that?
What time is it?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet today, actually.
So
there we go.
At least
1 minute into the show.
Once a Sunday.
No potty
It's
mouth.
already being talked about.
Yeah. Super Bowl, yeah. So we're all really enthused about not watching the Super Bowl. That's
woohoo.
We saw a little bit of the halftime show when we were having dinner.
Yeah,
It
have they got? See, now that used to be high budget, but did you notice that this year it's not? They've cut back. Like they only had one pant leg.
Well, yeah, they definitely skimped on the costumes.
They did. Yeah, they did.
One pant leg, a stripper pole. I mean, I don't know what we're getting at, but yeah, that's what it was.
So we're getting at a full entertainment package. The one thing you got to say about Super Bowl is it is a bumper-to-bumper entertainment package.
I wouldn't call it that, but go ahead, and that's good.
Huh?
Oh, George said stop saying
Why?
the big game. Because it's trademarked and we're not paying for it.
Because you're getting dumped out of. I'm waving my hands. I typed it in. You
I thought you were being nice.
No.
Oh.
No, the big game is fine. The big game's a good way to do it.
You have to
Spent
you have
the
to
last
call
2
it.
years dancing around it, and
Sorry, we have to call it the big game.
I'm almost out of delay, so please don't screw up anything else.
So you're out of. Never mind.
We have to add that to the words we can't say on AM 560 or the radio or whatever.
George is almost out of delays, and you're out of Fs.
I'm just looking out for you, buddy.
And I'm
I
out,
appreciate
I'm
that.
out of money. So we're all priding ourselves on not watching something we can't talk about.
Well, there goes our show. Wow.
We built a whole show around this.
We can talk about it. We just have to call it the big game.
To blow it up further, it's actually on in the room with you, so technically you could be construed as watching it.
Unfortunately, there it is.
We're
All
focused
right.
on.
yeah.
We're focused on doing an award-winning radio.
We can't
show.
do a play-by-play on that?
You can, but you can't.
I'd say that's a clear no.
Oh.
Well, I will say this about the show that we can't talk about, and that is, it is, joking aside, it has been bumper-to-bumper entertainment, right? I mean, they've gone to enormous
Right,
expense
that's
in the
what they do,
halftime.
right.
The whole thing is you watch it beginning to end.
Right. They want the commercials to suck people in and
Exactly.
keep you watching.
And the commercials have either been funny or, if not funny, certainly well-produced,
Poignant.
enjoyable commercials.
Often very poignant.
Right. And now, speaking of poignant, Bloomberg comes along. Can we say Bloomberg? He's trademarked as a jerk.
I mean, my personal preference is no, but yes, you're allowed to. Yes.
Yeah. He's probably copyrighted his name and we'll get a bill.
Yeah.
But he's come out with, he's got a Super Bowl ad, which isn't just, it isn't simply,
Keep
Actually,
going.
that's discussion. So that's okay.
Oh. Well, all right. Well,
That's fair
we have
use.
to have a discussion on the rules here
Okay.
afterward because
We
I
totally
clearly
confused.
don't get it.
We should have all gotten memos about this. 'Cause
Yes.
Now I'm totally
should've.
confused.
We
well,
did it
yeah, let me tell you this. George Carlin's 7 words are eclipsed by what you can't say on this.
I think we should quote the Bible. It's 70 times 7.
So that's probably about right. So Bloomberg's beep commercial is a downer, frankly. It's an anti-gun thing. It's this typical anti-gun diatribe.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is the person who they're talking about, and I don't doubt that it's true. The woman probably lost her son, but absolutely nothing that he says would have changed that.
Right.
And it's once again liberalism taking advantage of a situation that really has nothing to do with what they're pushing. And now they're putting it in the middle of something. It's a downer. I'm surprised they let him do it, frankly, because it's a downer.
Money.
Yeah.
Well,
Do I have to say anything else?
maybe yes and maybe
Blank
no,
check.
because you will recall that there have been players who have done things that the teams and the league didn't like, and they got away with it. But
True. I'm assuming the money kind of comes down from him, though, in a way, shape, or
But
form
you know what?
to the players.
My understanding, and of course, what do I know? But my understanding is there's a long line of people who pay the money to have a commercial. They just can't get the space. So that they would take a real downer and put it right in the middle, it just goes against, and I think you're probably, in the end, you're right. He has so much money, he can do anything he wants.
Which, if he's listening, we have a deal for him.
We do.
So half price,
On our Peabody show.
$5,500,000 for. It's actually better than half price for 120-second ad right here on Target Radio.
Can we say on Target Radio?
If you insist.
All right. Good.
I think we own that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to.
Actually, we don't own
It's
it
hard to know
occasionally,
anymore.
occasionally people will contact us and say, "There's some other show calling themselves On Target." We're like,
Or on Target Range, or whatever. But
Yeah.
we are the on Target Radio,
That's
make no mistake about it.
and we're in
Make no
Chicago,
mistake.
so
So
This is
anyway,
better.
I just found that a little disconcerting. That he's come out and said he's going to spend $1 billion on the presidential campaign.
Well, $11
big-
million of it
just
went
for
to
the commercial,
went to this
yeah.
ad for the big game.
So I don't know. I did like the piece about the Democratic election strategy.
Isn't that
call,
good?
call everybody a moron, which is pretty much what they do. That's kind of what they take.
Well, the funny thing is, when I read that title, I thought that Derek Hunter was talking about them calling other candidates morons. He's talking about the Democrats are basically calling the voters morons. He says that, everything is so good in America right now that the Democrats basically have to convince people that things are not good. And he says when the alternative is to run a campaign extolling the virtues of socialism and the need for government to take life decision-making powers away from individuals, talking people out of believing reality seems easier.
It does. It's like building the bridge to Hawaii. The comment that's in this article that really does hit home, and that is the politics of jealousy work on some, but not many, and certainly not many in the heartland of the country. And this is the kind of key thing. But jealousy is what Democrats are offering, and when that offer is rejected, they get vicious.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they do. We know people like that.
We do.
If they don't get their way, then they're just literally vicious, outright vicious.
Yeah, I like how he's explaining microaggression to those of us whiteys who may not be more than passingly familiar with microaggression. It's a term created to compensate for the fact that the U.S. is not the racist hellhole it was before Democrats were defeated in both the Civil War and the Civil Rights Movement. Democrats may have abandoned their overtly racist tactics of the past, but their goals remain the same: divide to conquer.
Well, and this sentence is true to my heart because this is exactly the way I like to write. It can only be detected upon reflection or by a woke third-party observer, usually a non-conforming pansexual who only answers to made-up pronouns with a mouthful of granola and a gender studies degree.
In other words, it's garbage.
It's
pretty much.
It's pure garbage.
Yeah, but I thought this was really the crux of the whole article. When he talks about Democrats abandoning their overtly racist tactics of the past, he says now they're telling voters, "You're a racist, now vote for me," or "You're a moron, now vote for me," may resonate well on CNN or when spoken about others in the third person at high-dollar fundraisers on the coast, but they aren't slogans that will win you many votes from the rest of the nation in between.
Well, and then there is that arrogance that liberals
is.
have. That's just sort of gross arrogance. They mistake hubris for intelligence.
I was just telling my coworker the other day that when people straight out ask me, "Are you a Republican or a Democrat?" I smile and I say I'm a Republican because 98% of the time that person is a Republican because Democrats are so full of themselves. They just assume everyone's a Democrat.
Right.
They usually won't straight out ask you.
That's true.
Until they accidentally find out that you're a Republican
Or they
or
read your
conservative.
baseball cap that says MAGA.
Well, there's that sometimes, but yeah, I mean they are just so full of themselves that most of them don't even feel the need to ask the question.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back with more on Target Radio, we're going to talk about how Trump is going to win in the next election, where his campaign manager is going to weigh in. So we'll talk about that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560.
The Answer.
I don't think I've had my midlife crisis yet.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
Forget the trappings of the stereotypical midlife crisis, the sports car, the trophy spouse. Now it's more likely to be yoga, meditation retreats, and keto diets. Well, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
You're going to call up Zeke Emanuel and say, hey, tap me out when you turn 50.
No, I was saying to you.
Oh.
I was saying it was your time.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I started taking the balance of nature, and I was actually lifting weights at the time, and I pulled out my rotor cuff, and I couldn't lift my arm. I had to take off from lifting weights for 8 weeks. During that time, I was taking the balance of nature, and everybody told me my shoulder was not going to heal, and I was not going to be able to lift anymore. And my shoulder actually healed, and when I went back to lifting weights, I didn't lose any strength. I definitely feel completely different. My hair feels better. My skin feels better. Overall, everything's better.
Don't wait to see what getting over 10 servings of whole fruits and vegetables every day can do for you. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order of fruits and veggies. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code CHICAGO.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results vary. Exclusions apply.
Contacts and glasses are such a hassle. I'd love to finally get LASIK, but
I'm going to stop you right there. If you want LASIK, then the LASIK Vision Institute has officially taken away everything standing in your way.
Isn't LASIK expensive?
Not at the LASIK Vision Institute. We're offering dramatically low prices, as low as $220 per eye, and an absolutely free consultation. See for free if LASIK is right for you by texting LIKE to 350350.
But I'm really busy.
A text only takes seconds. The LASIK procedure typically only takes 15 minutes, and most patients can get back to work the following day. The LASIK Vision Institute uses the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for as little as $220 per eye. Dr. Greenberg has performed 75,000 laser eye surgeries and is one of the most experienced LASIK surgeons in Chicago.
What's that text again?
Text LIKE to 350350. That's LIKE to 350350 to schedule your free consultation today.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
So Trump is kind of in the catbird seat in a whole bunch of ways. One is last campaign for the entire campaign, they raised $463 million. They've got $200 million in the bank right now. So money-wise, they're going in the right direction. Although if you compare to Bloomberg, who claims, now whether or not he will, but he claims he's going to spend $1 billion. But they got money. The best thing they got is impeachment.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Brad Parscale told Jeanine Pirro that the sham impeachment process has energized the president's base and helped them fundraise. He says impeachment is bringing in so much money. The fundraising is out of this world. Every metric we have shows the president up since this happened.
See, the Democrats are desperate to claim a victory, but they can't quite find anything that they can snag onto. So
everything's like a greased watermelon
yeah,
at this point.
yeah.
So this says they raised $463 million last year.
Yeah.
And it's almost $500 million. That's amazing.
And he didn't. I don't think they tried very hard.
No, and it says in 2016 they didn't even start fundraising until June, and we're in like the end of January, beginning of February, and they have $200 million.
See, the interesting thing about the impeachment is now the thing that they think they've gotten their claws into is they're saying, well, he's not acquitted. Well, you don't get acquitted if you don't go anywhere. You know, they're not actually. They're saying you got nothing. There's nothing here. They're not ruling.
Well, no, they're going to. They're going to vote. They're saying maybe Wednesday.
And they're saying, the Democrats are saying that he won't be acquitted. That's what they keep hanging their hat on.
But he is going to. They're going to take a vote, and they're going to say who wants to acquit the president, and more than half of the senators are going to raise their hand.
This is what they're hanging their hat on. This is their big moment in
the hat can't hang on that. That's like a command hook that's too small.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
It's what we've been saying for a month probably, and that is every time they look at something, they stare back at themselves. It's without fail that every time they look at something, a Democrat is staring back on, don't go here, not here. No.
Stop.
Nothing behind this door. Walk away. Nothing to see here.
That's right.
Pay no attention to the Democrat.
So I heard that
behind
even
the curtain.
if they don't get, their impeachment in the Senate, that they're still going to try and challenge the results of the election if he wins as illegitimate because he was impeached in the House.
Right.
So
which, of course,
doesn't
matter.
No.
I don't even think that's legally possible.
Well, it doesn't have
nothing
to be
they do
legally
is legally possible,
Right,
but they're
it
certainly
doesn't
going
matter.
to try it. What it is it's probably a bunch of like scare tags, like, well, I'm not going to vote for a president, and my vote's not going to count if he wins because they're going to challenge it, or something.
Well, here's the beautiful
like
thing.
that.
Trump, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but my recollection is Trump has basically fulfilled everything he said he would do.
But
Am
that
I
doesn't
missing
matter
anything?
because he's a terrible person.
Well, but follow me here. I don't think there's anything that he said he would do that he hasn't done, and more.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not going to lose his base, right?
No, we don't have national reciprocity. He sucks.
And-
he is terrible.
and
we
what-
do not. He said he was going to do that, and he never did that. I'm not voting for him.
And what we're seeing are people who are Democrats saying, I'm not going to go with these candidates. These people are over the top. So some of them, one was a congressman, I think, not a senator. I think it was a congressman. Which parties?
Yeah.
He said, I'm done. This has gone too far.
Even knowing that he probably can't get reelected now, he's
Right.
still like, I can't
Yeah.
caucus with these people anymore. They're completely deranged.
Exactly.
So
I cannot see how he could lose. To whom? Who would he lose to? Certainly Biden. The best thing that could happen is he runs against Biden.
Oh, yeah, no.
That would be
Biden doesn't have a
that would be
snowball's chance in
phenomenal.
hell. Yeah.
The only person that might be able to put up a good fight would be Sanders. And Sanders could have won last year if they would have
But-
ran him instead of Hillary.
That's true.
That's
the only thing
that could be true.
Yeah.
Now, see, I think Bloomberg, because Bloomberg is positioning himself via his TV commercials. He's positioning himself as like the centrist candidate, which he's not,
He's
but
not. Oh, God,
that's how he's positioning himself. And so, I mean, if you look at the ads, you can tell that's what he's trying to convince people people who are maybe not aware of him previously. That's what he's trying to convince them. So I think possibly Bloomberg.
And he keeps saying he's going to get it done, but I'm not sure what it is at this
Well,
point.
that's
yeah,
what
well,
Rachel
and that's
says,
the
too.
other thing. That's the other thing.
It's a little vague.
Yeah, but some pundit who I don't think he's from Vermont, but he said he's spent much of his career there, has said that the people who vote for Sanders in Vermont, if he's not the candidate, they will not vote for like
The Democrat.
Pocahontas.
Okay.
That they would vote for Trump before they would vote.
Mm.
And so that sort of thing. There are other pockets around the country that feel the same way.
I think that there's a small percentage of people who, when Hillary was the nominee instead of Bernie, I think that there were a small percentage of people who just stayed home.
Yeah.
But Bernie and Trump, I mean, it's a 180. You got a socialist.
Well, it's a clear
Oh, yeah.
it's a clear dichotomy,
Right.
which actually is a winning strategy because you want to give people a clear choice. You don't want to be too similar to the other guy,
Sure.
because then it doesn't give people a clear choice.
It blurs.
Well, you could vote for John Jackson or Jack Johnson. You know.
Well, right, exactly. You're like, okay, which is the lesser of two evils?
Right.
Which is a lot of times, a lot of elections, that's what you're looking at. I mean, like,
right.
when we've got like a Senate race in Illinois, that's what you're looking at.
Exactly.
And they start voting their conscience.
Oh Lord, please don't vote your conscience.
Heck
people.
up a hairball
don't do
over
that.
that one.
You do that in the.
You could do that in the primary.
Primary, yeah, absolutely.
You can
Go
do
for
that
it.
now. Actually, early voting starts this week. Can you even wrap your brain around that?
Oh my Lord,
it's so messed up.
You're listening to On Target Radio. This is AM 560. The Answer. Give us a call 312-642-5600. Weigh in on it. Is it going to be Trump in a landslide? I'm thinking it is.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking it is.
I mean, historically, no matter how bad a president is perceived, they've usually gotten a second term.
Typically,
in recent history.
Typically.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking Obama specifically, right?
Yeah.
God only knows how he got a second term, but he did.
It was fraud.
Well, it had to be, but
But it's most. I think
a lot of
if
people
you go
didn't
back
like.
and look it up, I think most people get 2 terms.
A lot of people didn't like George W., but he got 2 terms.
True.
Here's the thing you got to be careful about, though, is the Senate. And I don't know how vulnerable the Senate is. I haven't really looked into
It's pretty
it.
vulnerable. There were only like up 2 or 3 seats or something. We're not up very much.
So that would
the
be
Senate's vulnerable. We need to get the House back.
that
so,
would be
yeah.
disastrous if you lose the Senate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there is a tendency, to keep what people think of as a balance. But yeah,
I mean, losing it's one thing, but we're getting these super majorities, and that's what's really scary, especially at the state level.
Oh,
well, yeah,
Illinois is a write-off.
If you have a veto-proof majority, I mean,
and
what are
you got
gonna
a
do?
governor who wouldn't veto it anyway.
Oh, right.
So it's crazy.
We had a little bit of a balance when we had Rauner, but now that we have Jelly Belly, we're
Yes,
really,
but we have to vote our conscience.
Well,
and Rauner's not a true conservative, so I'm going to vote for a true conservative. Has no chance of being elected.
or I'm not going to vote, which
Well, that's really the problem. Once Rauner is the candidate, he's the candidate. Period. End of discussion. Vote for him.
Exactly, and that didn't quite work out. Now I went back and I added up the independent and all that, and it still fell short.
Yeah.
But you also don't know if people got energized, if that wouldn't have made a difference.
Well, right.
They
you
just
don't,
weren't
You don't know
energized.
how many people stayed home.
Exactly. That's because it wasn't that far off. So,
right.
When you remove the dead and a few other odds and ends.
Well, and I say this in a letter that I'm sending out to my precinct is, we need conservatives to vote in the primary, even if the races that you're interested in are not contested, even though that Donald Trump is going to get on the ballot. We need people to come out and vote because if a lot of Republicans don't vote, then it makes the party look weak going into the general election.
And that's one of the things of many, but that's one of the things George Pearson is really good about. His attitude from day one is we are going to have somebody in every race.
Well, he wants to. I mean, so far we haven't, but
But I mean,
that's the goal.
He's the guy who's actually made the effort
Yes.
to try and get somebody to fill every single spot.
Yes.
Because you do. You look when you don't put up anybody, you look like, who are you?
Well, not only that, but it just if we, say I go out and I don't get, if I only get like 25% of the votes of the last person, it makes it look like I'm not a good candidate. It makes it look like I'm weak. So even though I'm not contested in the primary, I need people to come out and vote for me to show strength going into the general election.
All right, we're going to have to take a break again. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about how conservative Christians are being labeled unfairly. We know that, don't we?
Shocker.
We do. All that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Do you own or run a thriving business in the Chicagoland area? Have you overcome obstacles to make your business what it is today? If that's your business, then AM 560 The Answer wants to tell your story on the AM 560 Business Tour 2020, presented by Signature Bank. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson will be broadcasting live from businesses all around Chicagoland, telling the stories of thriving, successful businesses. If that's you, tell us about it. Go to bankbusinesstour.com and submit your information. That's bankbusinesstour.com.
Fox News, I'm Jessica Stone. For the first time in 50 years, the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl 31-20. Meantime, top Democratic presidential candidates are making last-minute appeals to Iowa voters ahead of Monday's caucuses.
I believe that we can build an America in which the most important thing in our democracy is people, not money. That's why I'm here.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, their airline flights can be rerouted if officials discover someone on board has been to China in the past 2 weeks. It's part of new U.S. flight rules to curb the coronavirus outbreak. This, as Santa Clara, California, confirms more cases of the virus.
Both of these cases had exposure in Wuhan, China. Both of them were essentially remaining in one residence since they came.
Public Health Department Officer Sarah Cody, America's Listening.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
If you've been in business more than 20 minutes, you've probably printed your logo on all kinds of promotional products. We all know logos work because they're on everything from the top of skyscrapers to the bottom of shoes. Ever wondered why? Or how to best use your logo to grow your business? Let us show you today for free. We're 4imprint, promotional product experts at your service. We're giving away the latest issue of Amplify, the digital magazine that reveals promotional product success stories absolutely free to everyone who texts BOOST to 88988. At 4imprint, we make your logo look perfect on thousands of promotional items. With our 100% guarantee, it'll be right the first time, on time, every time. Your free e-magazine will reveal invaluable insights that can attract new customers, build your brand, and grow your business. Get the latest issue of Amplify absolutely free by texting BOOST to 88988. That's BOOST to 88988.
2020 is the year your business is going to thrive. Or will it? Resolve to use digital marketing to your advantage with the help from the pros at Salem Surround. Whether you're just testing the waters of digital marketing or already have a plan in place that's not getting results, we give you all the right tools to surround your target audience and turn website visitors into website leads. Salem Surround provides your business with all your marketing needs under one roof. Face it, if you're not effectively using digital media, you're behind the competition and losing sales. Salem Surround will help identify any weak points in your marketing strategy and consult with you to bring solutions that will meet your needs and exceed your expectations. Total market penetration for increased return on investment. Contact Salem Surround for a free evaluation of your digital presence and learn how to get your advertising message in front of today's consumers. Learn more at surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
You're a right-wing extremist, you know that?
I do. I've been told.
You don't appear... You don't appear to be offended by that.
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Generally.
So here's a kind of a lexicon. This is Homeland Security, by the way.
Yeah, this is DHS.
So this is not like, off of some wingnut website.
This isn't from Bloomberg's
Yeah, this isn't from Bloomberg. This is from
You're
Homeland
saying
Security.
the DHS isn't a wingnut website.
Well,
in this case it is.
So they talk about unclassified for official use only. Patriot movement, a term used by right-wing extremists to link their beliefs to those commonly associated with the American Revolution. That was right-wing conservative. The Patriot movement primarily comprises violent anti-government groups such as militias and sovereign citizens. Also, Christian patriots, patriot group, constitutionalists. And then they have a term for right-wing extremist, and that is people who are in opposition to abortion or immigration. And single-issue extremist groups like anti-abortion. This is Homeland Security, people who screen you like...
Yeah, it says that the single-issue extremist groups often employ criminal acts. No, they don't.
I mean, when have you ever thought in your lifetime that you would see the word patriotism intermingled with anti-government groups?
Exactly.
Every day since 2008.
Well,
yeah.
Right, but I mean, that should never have happened, and that should have been corrected.
Yeah, speaking of should have been corrected, so this was developed in 2009 during the Obama administration, and the Trump administration hasn't done anything to roll it back. They haven't changed it. So DHS is still operating with this as its lexicon.
Well, and again, it was an Obama era doing, and it needs to be undone. So Trump, if you're listening, let's get this fixed.
So the comment they have, this was published in the Idaho Education Association. Now, what's to me not shocking but surprising, Idaho is not exactly a liberal state.
I wouldn't think so.
But it says, this is published in their publication. It says, now less than a decade after their introduction, the Idaho content standards are under attack yet again by extremists, the vast majority of whom have no classroom experience. That's a little bit of a cut. Opponents claim the standards are not increasing student achievement, which we as educators know is false. The extremists ludicrously claim the standards somehow indoctrinate our children to be socialists. Again, professional educators recognize this for what it is, political grandstanding. No, actually, that's the type of stuff they teach.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that based on what I've seen, and I don't know if it's this way in Iowa or not, but when I see textbooks changing the meaning of the Second Amendment in history books, that to me is a problem.
Well, the other thing, and I've said this to a number of people, before I got involved in the Second Amendment, pro-Second Amendment group, I did not really have a proper understanding of what the Revolutionary War was about, what the shot heard around the world, what that actually was all about. They don't teach that in school, and they didn't even back in the 70s and 80s. They didn't.
But they did when I was a kid.
There
Because World War II veterans were teaching and doing all that, and so I mean, there's been a clear shift in the country. There's no question about it. But your point, Eric, is really a good point. Who would have ever thought that the day would come that would be, being a patriot would be somehow wrong?
Anti-government, right? It doesn't make sense.
And that's
unless
really
the government is anti-patriot. I mean, it doesn't.
Right, and that's really what happened. I mean, when the IRS was investigating and like not giving nonprofit status to a lot of Tea Party groups, a lot of them were calling themselves Patriot this or Patriot that or Tea Party this, and anything that had those names in it was targeted for non-approval or for harassment and like delays.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say there's not groups out there calling themselves patriot groups that are truly not patriot groups, and they're just trying to use those words to get fly under the radar. But I mean, there are some legitimate groups out there that are patriots and are for the Constitution of the United States and the flag and the Pledge of Allegiance that are being lumped in with these terrorist groups.
Yes.
But you talk about the tail wagging the dog. These are public servants. These are people who are elected to uphold the Constitution. Now, look what happened in Virginia. Over 100 counties and municipalities declared themselves sanctuaries for Second Amendment. Now, that has no legal basis whatsoever, but it's a statement. And if you're the government of a state where over 100 of your political units are saying no, and you just say, screw you, we're going to do it anyway.
Right.
That's the dog is wagging, the tail's wagging the dog.
Well, does that not show you that that government in that state is not actually representative of its people at that point?
Absolutely. And unfortunately, they don't have a recall process in Virginia.
Right.
So they basically have to wait 2 years with all this Second Amendment, anti-Second Amendment stuff being crammed down their throats to get rid of these people.
Right, and with these dense clusters of these liberals, it might be hard to overturn
It's going to be
that.
more difficult. Yeah, I think they just had a remap.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, it's going to be your AOC moment of Zen, a primer on economics. All that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Balance of Nature, changing the world, one life at a time.
My husband's getting great results with his blood work, and he just feels great. Also, his hair is growing in. It's really interesting. He's getting lots of new hair, which I thought was pretty amazing. And as for me, I don't seem to have as many flare-ups. And if I do get one, it doesn't seem to be as bad or last as long. I'm assuming that it's because of the balance of nature, because I haven't changed anything and I'm not doing anything differently. We're very happy with the product and looking forward to staying on it and seeing where it takes us.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order of fruits and veggies. Start your journey to better health today by calling 1-800-2468-751 or by going to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
The late, great Winston Churchill said, "You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks." Pretty wise words considering all of the distractions in modern society.
Manufacturing companies, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. Automated Systems is a software and systems integration company that specializes in companies that are required to meet FDA compliance requirements. Automated Systems will create a custom solution for your business that will make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. From Fortune 500 to startup, ASI delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit hireasi.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI, 844-HIRE-ASI, or online at hireasi.com.
Hi, it's Amy Jacobson with a great way to start the new year. Get your best night's sleep ever with a MyPillow and a set of those new Giza cotton sheets from MyPillow. And you can still receive your second set of sheets for free. 2 for 1. And if you add anything else to your order, like MyPillows, mattress toppers, the new MyPillow towels, anything, those items will ship free too. And you can still get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, but you have to use the promo code Amy. You know, I just started sleeping with brand new Giza cotton sheets, and I'm sleeping so much better. Plus, the new MyPillow towels are extremely soft and absorbent. And all products have a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. So go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special box and get 2 sets of Giza cotton sheets for the price of 1. That's MyPillow.com. Click the radio specials box and enter promo code Amy. Or call 800-489-0201, 800-489-0201. That's MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
Visit MyPillow.com.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
It's time now for your moment of AOC Zen.
Looking back over the past 100 years at the list of those who have had the greatest impact on economics, the names that jump off the page include John Locke, John Maynard Keynes, Friedrich von Hayek, Milton Friedman, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Hey, I didn't say had the greatest positive impact. I just said the greatest impact. By that definition, AOC has left a permanent mark on the economics dope of the month calendar. Why, just last week, AOC was schooling those poor fools who had college degrees in the subject but live intellectually in Disneyland. In a discussion between AOC and author Ta-Nehisi Coates, AOC waxed eloquently on the notion, quote, "No one ever makes $1 billion. You take $1 billion," unquote. Coates, an American author, journalist, and writer specializing in black community contemporary issues, nodded his head in agreement. It was Coates who once penned, and I quote, "I think it's really important to be conscious of yourself and the world around you," unquote. I'm going to write that down and read it to myself every time I cross a busy street. If you listen carefully, you can hear John Locke rolling over in his grave, clutching his handwritten treatise on empiricism. For those of you who weren't smart enough to go through Harvard MBA program, empiricism espouses that all knowledge should be tested empirically rather than just through thought experiments or rational calculation. For those of you who went to Midwestern universities, such as my alma mater, the University of Illinois, empiricism means you saw it with your own eyes. And for those of you who got your online degrees from the University of Phoenix, it would mean how many Happy Meals do you have to sell an hour to justify your job? AOC's point was if you're a billionaire, you got that way by stealing the fruits of the labor of others. From her perspective, if you're rich, you're just stealing money from the workers. It is a perspective she has gained through years of sociological studying by standing behind a bar full of people who are so drunk they'd think Lindsay Lohan is the spokeswoman for positive corporate imagery. By way of explanation, AOC spoke hypothetically about billionaires making widgets and said, "You didn't make those widgets. You sat on a couch while thousands of people were paid modern-day slave wages and in some cases, real modern-day slavery. You made that money off the backs of undocumented people." AOC seems to have turned the political page and no longer recognizes that securing a job working for anyone is voluntarily exchanging their labor for a previously agreed-upon wage. The last time I checked the University of Phoenix Free Online Dictionary, the key word here is voluntary. This goes on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with a never-ending gaggle of people starving to get inside the gates. One of the more significant indices of AOC's position is the workers produce the product or service, and that generates capital for the entrepreneur who hires them. What she overlooks is in industry few, if any of those workers, have the ability to start up a business of any significance themselves. The people that take those jobs are the people who, for whatever reason, just want to go to work, then go home and lead their lives. It is that reprehensible billionaire who creates the idea, funds its development, takes responsibility for its processes, and pays his employees a competitive wage. Companies that underpay its employees stand to lose their workforce. If they overpay their employees, they stand to lose competitive market edge. But AOC disagrees. AOC adamantly extorts, if you're one such billionaire, you should be required to give up control and power. And how does one do that? AOC suggests that major companies be turned into worker cooperatives, companies whose workers own and control the business, which you will pay to bring up to today's standards. Among many other questions, it gives rise to one question. Who are you going to give the control to? Well, the workers, of course. And once the workers have control, get to buy new cars and vote in lifetime benefits and retirement pay, then what? They've become capitalists. And for the first time, they join the ranks of capitalists, and the cycle begins again. It's observable behavior, baby. You can watch them screw up theirs and everyone else's lives. That is empiricism, and John Locke would be proud. It's my girl, AOC.
AOC. And speaking of, cesspools and billionaires and
I was going to say,
train
actually,
wrecks and all that kind of stuff, it does kind of lead nicely into this. So let's talk about San Francisco. We've all heard and seen some of the pictures and stories about, people doing, bodily functions in the streets. I'm trying not to get dumped here.
Yeah, the city had to institute a poop patrol.
They'd institute a poop patrol. So, exactly how bad is it and what is the cause of this? So there's a story about a shop owner named Gillis who, has this nice little shop that sells vegan snacks and organic wines and stuff like that from in this, California city. And it says each day 30 people come into his store and openly steal goods that cost him hundreds of dollars. So, okay, you figure, yeah, you own a store, you're going to get some theft and stuff like that. He's actually been bitten twice recently by people in his shop.
Yeah.
Found a woman turning blue in the toilet after a drug overdose with a hypodermic needle sticking out of her leg. He showed a metal door where it's corroding because people are urinating in his doorway. And then found a man relieving himself in full view of inference playing in a child center next door. So basically, I mean, this city is really falling apart. And they're kind of blaming these tech giants a little bit. And we were talking about this a little bit before the show. And, you know, there's a sense of corporate responsibility, but where does that actually start and end? So a lot of these tech giants are moving their conferences out of the city, out of San Francisco.
Well, San Francisco used to be a great city, and I don't think it is anymore. When we come back, it's going to be action items, yes?
Yes.
So we'll do action items, and we'll have a little bit more. We'll close up the show. We'll return with more on Target Radio. And you are listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan all year long that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other major medical carriers. If you're 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage whether you want the coverage or not. In Chicago, the least expensive ACA PPO health insurance plan is $570 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $8,150 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium down to $480 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $5,650 in total out-of-pocket cost per person with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
For our listeners in the Phoenix area and those who travel to Phoenix, Second Amendment Foundation and Free to Choose Media invite you to attend the Second Amendment Family Town Hall meeting on Sunday, February 16th, 2 to 4 p.m. at the Sheraton Crescent Hotel in Phoenix. It's actually the same place where the Gun Rights Policy Conference was held last fall.
That was a nice place.
Attendance is limited to the first 200 RSVPs. Email Alan Gottlieb at saf.org as soon as possible to secure your spots. If you cannot make it to Phoenix in 2 weeks, the town hall meeting will be filmed and recorded for a future nationwide webcast. The following Safer USA class will be held at our facility in Waterman. Saturday, February 15th, Illinois Concealed Carry Renewal Class, taught by David. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
And once again, China weighs in with a disease.
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody's heard about coronavirus in China, but I bet you didn't know how they're actually enforcing it. So they do have a quarantine. They did extend their New Year because of the virus to hope more people get over it and get out of the streets. but there's actually video of that. So they're having these drones fly around actually with loudspeakers. So if they find you not wearing a mask or they find you out and you're in a quarantine zone, it'll actually tell you, and this one they've translated, it says, yes, you'd better go back home and don't forget to wash your hands. Go, Auntie, go inside.
So this
yes, Auntie, this is the drone speaking to you. And there's a picture of, and you can see the video, and she's like looking up at it. And I just thought, holy cow. So not only are they using drones for that, they're using drones to spray decontaminants as well. So and agriculture drones for that.
Just so that I understand this thing is only affects people who drink Corona beer, right?
I think so. Yeah. I haven't gotten it, but you never know.
Because I drink Rolling Rock, so I don't have to worry.
Well, and they don't drink that in Wuhan.
No,
they probably drink Qingdao.
Qingdao.
What I will say though is that
which is the best beer in the world. Let me say, it tastes like water.
Oh, great! I'm not a beer guy.
Me neither.
So someone said, obviously the N95 respirators will, in which that filters out 95% of the particles, will, help prevent against that.
So if you only get killed by 5%.
If you go on Amazon and you look up the N95 respirators, I was at Menards today, they're out of stock because they're made in China and China's using them all up.
I saw somebody said that on Facebook.
It's true.
You can't get them.
It's true. I got the last box, but
I
don't have any. Officially, I don't have any, so don't come.
And you're engraving them, right?
House.
You're engraving them.
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Haven't we had some cases show up here now?
Yes, we have in the United States. There's been at least 2 that I know of.
And what do you do today? You go out and get in the middle of a giant moving petri dish.
So I think that's where I got sick in December. Is I went to an ice arena. I won't say which one, but they're all the same. They're all populated with small people, and they are germ factories.
Self-propelled petri dishes.
A lot of Asians are taking offense to being viewed as, having that coronavirus or carrying it. I mean, it does affect anybody. It did come from China.
I have a Chinese friend who said that to me.
Yeah, but they are taking offense to it, and I get it.
I do too. My friend doesn't even have an accent, and he hasn't been to China in years, and he's probably never been to Wuhan. But yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, when I got home from the ice arena, I was like taking vitamin C and D and washing my hands and like praying that I don't get sick again because I'm still like my voice is still not right.
Although I might remind the Chinese guy at work that about it because he doesn't like being reminded he's a Chinese last name.
Does he know how to drive? Never mind. That's
probably not. Anyway, we'd like to thank you for listening to On Target Radio.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you'd imagine. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
And be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life.
I have cabin fever already. Chicago weather is so unpredictable, and it could be months before we get outside for a little warm sunshine.
What about using the sunroom? We can sweep out the cobwebs. I can patch up the glass with duct tape. Get that raccoon out.
No. We need a complete overhaul of the sunroom. I'm calling Sunspace by Arborview.
Rediscover your dream sunroom. That existing sunroom or screened-in porch that's been neglected or used for storage can be a beautiful living space waiting to come alive. It just needs TLC from the sunroom experts at Sunspace by Arborview. Convert your screened-in porch into a 3-season room or turn an old, outdated porch into a fresh new retreat free of bad weather, bugs, dust, and dirt. Sunspace by Arborview can do it all. Walls, WeatherMaster windows, doors, and decking, all using Sunspace products. They'll even collaborate with your new home builder. You could be waiting a long time for a warm-up. Update or convert your pre-existing screened-in porch now. Visit sunspacebyarborview.net. Sunspacebyarborview.net.